There's one game plan, and it's about bombing Brazil out of existence in that stadium from Patrick Mhaomes to every receiver he can find. Shock and awe is coming for you, Los Angeles, and I'm ready for it. Welcome. This is RGR. This is Dan Harms. I'm Ryan Tracy. This is what we do, the game plan video for your week one matchup, Kansas City Chiefs against the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm kind of excited. I was really pissed when this thing came out and it was division game off the go. But now that it's here and Jim Harbaugh is in Brazil talking about how we're going to run it right at you because that's what we do. Like, I'm pumped now. Are you?
That's what it should be. Like, this is no more play around stuff, guys. The preseason was fun to get mad about. This is real. We get to actually we get to watch this. We get to have real takes about what's going on the field, and we get to watch weirdness happen in Brazil. I will be watching the field. If I see somebody trip, I'm going to lose my damn mind. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to at Roger Goodell so hard because of this nonsense on top of what he's doing, promoting the football game with Mr. Beast. Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, I saw it. I don't want to re-see it. I'm done. And how dare you have a YouTube commercial without us in it? Right. Screw you, Mr. Beast. I'm calling this whole season and about my attitude today, goats enraged or raging goats, something like that, because I feel like Patrick is it okay. I feel like Patrick is ready to just light the stadium on fire. Like I think he's still pissed off. Everyone wants to tell me I'm nuts. They don't care about the media. They don't watch anything. Okay, sure. They were filmed all last season. They got to be embarrassed at the end of it. The cut of the kingdom is kind of ridiculous. And now you're telling me Patrick's not paying any attention? BS. I think he wants to go prove that they still can do what they want to do. And I think they're going to fling the snot out of it tomorrow. I think that's what's important. Where do you stand?
We have visual evidence of him keeping things. He does. You remember counting 1, 2, 3, 4 on his fingers. After we have visual proof that he sees all. He sees everything. And if he doesn't see everything, you want to know who does? Bobby Stroh, his own guy. He sees everything. This is designed to help them get motivated. You guys can say what you want to about Tom Brady. He was a master of doing this. A master of finding some little thing, some niche video off in the internet and saying, hey guys, they don't believe in us. No one believes in us. Now, the Chiefs had so much stuff about people saying, oh, they're going to fall off this year. The dynasty's over. There's an entire wall of Jason McIntyre being a moron that you can just go and watch. He's the worst person to listen to, but you know what? It helps. And now Colin Cowherd's doing the same stuff, saying, "Oh, not any good." We know Patrick Mhaomes keeps a little, just a little drawer of information. Yep. Oh yeah. You guys, you don't believe? That's fine, because it's not about going to point at a camera and saying you guys didn't believe in me. It's going to the team and saying they don't think we can do this. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, the best coach and quarterback duo of all time, Travis Kelce, one of the greatest tight ends of all time. Hey guys, you're all washed up. You can't do it. Oh, right? They just went to 3 straight Super Bowls. They went to 3 straight, and they can't do it anymore.
First team ever to go to 3 straight. Now, I agree with you. In fact, I think one of the new
after winning the first 2.
Right. I think the next T-shirt is going to be washed with all the Lombardis on it. So maybe that's our next one, folks. If you want the hats or you want the goats, you can find it in our store. There's a link down below. That said, there is a ton to be doing here, and they got to get down to business. And first, for me, number one is the defense. They got to get it done. They have to stop the run. And I would love if they would activate everyone. I'd like 12 guys on the defensive line, and I would love to see Steve Spagnuolo come out and just run bare and cover guard, center guard, and take away that run and make them earn it, at least for a drive or two. So throw something at them they don't usually do, because Steve doesn't do that. Mm-hmm. But I fear that's not in there. So what has to happen? For me, the number one thing is the defensive front, and I mean all 7 of them. They have to get off the blocks. They're going to get blocked. Those linebackers are going to have guards in their face because there's not enough occupation here from Derek Nottie and Chris Jones to keep those guards from getting loose, right? And nothing against Chris. He's a much better pass rusher than he is a run defender. He'll still get it done. but the linebackers have to get off those blocks in particular. Derek Nani, everything you got, bud, now that you're back. I don't know that Omar is ready to actually contribute, but the number one thing for me is the front seven getting off of blocks.
Well, yeah, because Omar Norman-Lott was a little limited earlier in practice this week too, so he's probably not going to be utilized in situations that could really hamper that. And honestly, getting off the football is what's going to hurt it the most, like putting excess weight on that ankle. Like it's an ankle issue, so you might not even see him in this football game. You're probably going to see a lot more Jerry Tillery. For me, like I'm looking at the game plan, like you just laid out, doing something a little bit different, but also not. If you look at their body types up front, we should see more games against the run, stunts, loopers, gap shooting, because this defensive line is not designed to hold up against double teams. It's just not. So, and let's not forget, I know that they went and got back Derek Nottie, who they cut, by the way, they didn't want back. He was going to get cut from the Jets. Like that he wasn't going to make the roster. This is another player who the Chiefs knows their system, that they're just saying, we need a body, we're going to put him there. So realistically, he's not somebody you can hang your hat on to say, yeah, he's gonna take on double teams all year long.
Right.
If you do that, that's fool's gold. It's wrong. So you need to see something a little bit differently. I know that there might be some practice squad help later, but little tweaks here and there. Maybe you run some stunts with a linebacker, shoot and loop, get something a little bit more aggressive, because Ladd McConkey is awesome. They're not going to be throwing the ball all over the yard. And if they do, you've got bigger problems than taking a few chances here and stunting and running and getting something going a little bit here. So, and plus, if they want to run play action and you're running a stunt and you get someone through the line, guess what? Guess who's in the quarterback's face right away when he sees the ball? So you might see a little bit more of that. If you guys watched my video on Wednesday, go for it.
No, I was crossing my fingers that you're right.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like me. If you guys watched my video on Wednesday, we talked about Christian Fulton, who, yes, he had the injury, the little knee cleanup prior to the season. Now, knee stuff can be funky, because we'll talk about it a little bit later, but swelling on the plane down there, we'll have to see how that works for Christian Fulton as well. Don't forget to kind of keep an eye on that. But if he's ready to go, they have 3 bodies out there that you should feel very comfortable with. I don't know how it's going to work with Noah Williams and Jalen Watson. Personally, I hope it's like we saw in the first season of Josh Williams and Jalen Watson, where they interchange.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see, because I think Noah Williams deserves to play. So Christian Fulton, if he's out there, how does he look? Does this allow the Chiefs to say, on obvious passing situations, hey, Trent, kick down into the nickel. We need you there more than Jamar Connor. We need you there a little bit more. Ideally, you don't want to play him there, but I think you have to in some key situations. If you see a Keenan Allen out there, because even though he's older, Jamar Connor's not covering him. He's not doing it. You don't really have somebody else that can do that. So if you get a lot of early valuable snaps with Christian Fulton on the field, that allows them to be more versatile in what they run out there in those key passing situations. There will be some. These games are never blowouts. They're always close. Someone's going to have the football in a third down, got to have it situation. And that's where I think that Christian Fulton, if he's healthy, fully out there and giving you, I think, more of what we saw in that final preseason game, he can be a really big help for them.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. And I would go just a touch farther. This is a point I was going to make later on. The game plan has to include, in my opinion, Trent McDuffie going wherever Ladd is. And if that's in the slot, great. If it's not, then it's not. But I would put him one-on-one and just say, Ladd's going to get a couple. You're going to get a lot. I'm more comfortable with that matchup.
Absolutely. I think it really should. At this point, Trent McDuffie should travel with ones. I don't care where it is. He should be traveling. I know that's not really their style, but go to the coaching staff like L'Jarius Sneed did. I want the number ones. You kind of have to have that mentality. I think Trent is more of a show it with your play kind of thing. But this is, in my opinion, I agree with you. He needs to be traveling with ones this year, not only because they didn't come to a contract negotiation. He needs to get paid. How else are you going to get paid? By showing everyone, oh, I'm traveling with ones this year, guys. And by the way, I'm still really damn good at my job.
That is the way to get paid. And there's a way for you too. We have a brand new sponsor for you. Check this out. Profit X, America's #1 sports prediction market, is a peer-to-peer sports prediction market where users play against each other instead of a sports book versus the house. You will almost always get the best price on any spread, money line, total, or player prop since you're playing against other people rather than the book. Profit X offers sweepstakes-based dual currency system, either profit points or profit cash, and operates across 40 states. Use the promo code RGR and claim up to $200 in profit cash on all plays for the first 30 days playing on the site. ProfitX gives you the best lines in the space, and you can even set your own odds on specific wagers on your players, all at ProfitX. Go there and use the code RGR. Terms and conditions apply. If you want to get in right now on some of that action, this is a brand new way, player to player, that you can get into it. They're supporting us. We hope you'll support them as well. I want to support everybody. And for me, the game plan also has to move on to not just what Josh Simmons can do, but supporting him and Kingsley Suleimani in what they have to do together. And that means if he has a couple of bad reps out on the edge against Khalil Mack, who every now and then can muster some pass rush. I don't think he's half the player he was 3 years ago, but every now and then he can still turn it on. If you're having a problem, don't be stubborn, Andy. Don't leave him on that island. Give him a little bit of help. Don't do to him what you did to Kingsley last year just because you have higher expectations of Josh. And at the same time, if they're getting game run on them, in particular trying to drive a wedge between them, go ahead and do some quick game to get it out and get it away from them, to give them some relief. I want to support the left side of the offensive line.
I think we're going to see some games. I think that's really what you want to do with a brand new offensive line left side. Two young players, you want to test how they can answer the call. How are they going to treat this loop, this stunt, this linebacker blitz, or this coffee house stunt? Like there's a lot of different things you can do. So I am not putting it past, again, Jesse Minter to give you something different that you haven't seen, especially rookies. So when you can support them in doing that, not just that, with running the football, I know Khalil Mack is still a very good run defender. You can run that way. I'm telling you, activate these guys. They want to activate them. You might see both of them pull. There's a thing right now in college football, really, for the past 2 years, where you pull both, but it's misdirection the opposite way. So you have three offensive line that go this way. You have a pullers that go around. The ball goes away from the pullers. It's like misdirection counter almost. This is weird. I hope Andy does something. I'm not saying he's going to pull that out of the bag, because I know that's not really his style. However, if you can get these guys really weaponize your offensive linemen, that's something Andy needs to do more. He does a great job of it with the screen game. He needs to do it more with the players on his offensive line. Get out in space, isolate a linebacker, isolate a DB, and say, we want that guy. We want to attack him in the run game. We want to attack there. The outside zone might come back a little bit. So I'm with you there. I'm a little worried about running the football against this team personally. So game plan for me, I might be a little bit too high on Odeyingbo, Tier Tart, and Jamari Caldwell, because I love Jamari Caldwell. I think he's fantastic. I think he's going to play a good amount. But either way, this game isn't for the run game. It's not. Like you said earlier, it's for throwing the football. I know they're down Jalen Rose as well as Rashee Rice. You've got Xavier, Worhty, Travis Kelce, Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, you and Brashard Smith in terms of what you can activate. Like, there's a lot of different things you can do with these guys still. And they're going to remember the deep shot to Xavier Worthy. They're going to remember it. They're also going to have to watch the Super Bowl and say, hey, yeah, Xavier Worthy was open a lot against a way better defense than we have. So you can use that to your advantage. Create space. You have a healthy Hollywood Brown. He's looking to show everyone that he can play again, right? You can do a lot of different things with these players, and it's not always just about launching the football down the field. Like Ryan said, sometimes the quick passes, that can still be an area where you can exploit this defense with getting it to Xavier, or fakes to Travis Kelce over the middle of the field. This might be a game that he scores again, because it's Travis Kelce, a legacy game against the Chargers. So you never really know what's going to happen. And it's in Brazil. Who knows? I think they're going to pull out something new in the passing game that the Chargers have not seen. And it's really going to not necessarily create like a big explosive play down the field right away, but maybe it leads to something later in the game.
Yeah, I love that concept. And I have a step farther specifically for Xavier. I'm glad you brought him up. That I think they have to manufacture the looks because I'm targeting still all day long. They list him as a nickel, but
Yeah.
preseason he's kind of split. He played 64 snaps last year. He has almost zero experience. X has come so far in his route running. This is the matchup because Dante Jackson, I'm not scared of. 29 years old. He's got experience. He knows what he's looking at. Fair enough. Hasn't been in this defense that long. On the other side, I liked Cam Hart. Again, big dude, not able to, I think, throttle up and throttle down in particular with Xavier. So as much as I want to see Hollywood make some plays, he has to be the secondary in this game for me. And that includes the fact that by focusing on trying to get matchups on still for Xavier, you also have the ability to throw Tywan Thornton in there and let Tyquan run. That's what I think has to happen. And I think that all feeds into this whole concept of what they want to do in terms of reminding the whole league that, yes, Xavier is open in the Super Bowl and we can still throw. We will still throw. I think that's all wrapped up in the same concept.
Looking at the Chargers back end, outside of Derwin James, the Chiefs should still, regardless of having Rashee Rice and as well as Jalen Royals, the talent deficit is dramatic. Now, I'm not here to say that they won't be coached up and they won't play hard because they will. Jesse Minter did the same thing last year with relatively the same players. So let's not forget that that did happen. So they're going to be coached up. This is the game plan week 1 for Andy Reid. He has studied this team. He studied the tape last year. What is the best way to isolate? How do we attack this specific player? Like you said, whether it's Still or it's Dante Jackson or it's Alohi Gilman. Like there's a lot of different players they can attack. Even Derwin James. I love Derwin James. He's not the same player he was 3 years ago, even 2 years ago. The injuries have taken their toll, and he's going to be wanting to take out Travis Kelce. Again, you can use that. You can use that against their defense. If you know he's on Travis Kelce, everybody else is up for grabs. I personally think you can use Tyquan, you can use Xavier, and this could be a big Hollywood Brown game on whoever he's going up against. If you want to match him up against any one of those guys, I would take Hollywood Brown over him.
Yeah, I like it. The last thing for me is back to the basics. It takes not just playing the run, but bringing that little bit extra. You got to hit Hampton in particular and welcome him to the NFL. The guy can take a hit. Harris can too. Harris doesn't have as much bounce or as much acceleration. So it's Hampton for me that you got to bring everybody. Drew Tranquil, I'm looking for you to play through the whistle. I'm looking for that defensive line to stand guys up and let Nick Bolton hit him in the face. That's what I'm looking for. It's got to be a physical game against Hampton, in my opinion.
Go back to that preseason game 2. Look at how the Seahawks played. That's how the Chiefs have to play this football game. And it has to be the rest of the season. I know it's hard to do, but energy. Everyone feeds off of energy. Isaiah Pacheco is going to give you some of that. He's going to have a big run or a big hit. He's going to give you something. Somebody on the defense, whether it's Nick Bolton or Leo Chanel, is going to give you something. You guys got to feed off of everything. This is a national football game in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Use this to your advantage. Bring more fans to Chiefs Kingdom with the way you play, with the energy, with the physicalness, the way you guys celebrate that you're together. It's a main stage for a reason, and you guys are on it for the same reason. You can not just bring these guys to Chiefs Kingdom, but go have fun, please. I know it's a very simplistic thing. For me, that last key is just to have fun. This has been a grind for the Chiefs over the past, ever since Patrick Mhaomes started at quarterback. It's been a grind. How many football games have they played? And it's the same outcome. You guys, it's changing here, it's changing there. You get rookies every single year, you get different players. Have fun with this one. Inaugurate these new guys, inaugurate the young players with what this culture is. And just like I said it like 5 times, go have fun. Win that game. Go have fun.
I like it. That said, we're going to do this again this year just because we got to get it out. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first. I'll take the next week.
Okay. So I think experience plays a factor here. I think the Chargers are at a disadvantage when that comes into it. And I do think the axe to grind, the chip on the shoulder, whatever you want to call it, I think it plays a factor here. And so knowing that they start slow generally, I think they're probably going to fall behind initially. I think they're going to get beat up in the face a little bit, get run on a little bit, and then they're going to start to figure out, and they're just going to start to get pissed off. And like that old movie with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, I think they play better pissed off. So I think they come back. In the end, they do pull ahead. They might even give up a late score. I think the Chiefs win 27-24.
I was going with a different analogy along the same exact lines. It feels like Rocky IV, where the Chargers come out and they just punch him in the mouth. And he doesn't really know how to respond until it's late. It's late in this game, and he finally figures it out. He just takes hits, and he takes hits, and then he takes his chance. I don't think that's going to be the exact way. I think the Chiefs want to come out and put points on the board, but it's a slogfest. The field's going to be different. We don't know how it's going to go. And I do think they're going to have some things differently for the Chiefs, defensively speaking. We're going to have to see some adjustments. Going into halftime might be tied. They might be down 3 points. In the second half of this football game, they're going to figure it out. I think they are going to win 28-20.
Yeah, I like it. We want to know your predictions. Put them down below in the comments. Make sure you join us post-game. We're going to be delayed just a little bit after the pressers, like we normally are on a game that's far and away. But we will have the breakdown for you of our notes, our takeaways, things that no other analyst is going to tell you right away because they got to go rewatch it. We're going to tell you live. Be here. Make sure that you subscribe. Dan, I'm looking forward to it. It's just another season underway, my friend.
I can't wait, man. It's been a long off season, and I'm going to go try out Prophet X as well so I can see what this is all about. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. Just scratching the surface there. I think you guys will dig it. Have a great night. Get ready for this game. And we will talk to you post-game. Look for the old X accounts if you want to know what we're thinking during, and we'll have it all for you post-game live. Thanks for being with us. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.